let's bring you some news from the international quarters now. 17 Indians on death row in Sharjah have refused a settlement proposal by the prosecution. The Indians are accused of killing a Pakistani man for which they were sentenced to death. The Indians have appealed against the death penalty. Now the family of the Pakistani man who was killed says they are ready to accept monetary compensation, but the Indians have refused the offer. The lawyer representing the Indians says that they have a strong case and the prosecution has failed to produce any concrete evidence of their crime. The next hearing of the case is on the 17th of February. On to some national updates now. In what can be described as a peace meet, Karnataka's Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa spent about an hour with the Governor H.R. Bharadwaj today. The meeting comes a week ahead of the Assembly session, which is scheduled to begin on the 6th of January. The Governor and Yediyurappa were caught in a bitter war, with Bharadwaj raising the issue of alleged corruption within the government and the BJP describing him as a Congress agent and acting as the opposition leader. After the meeting, the Chief Minister said there was no political motive behind it and that it was just a courtesy call which he plans to do at regular intervals.
I have publicly committed myself to meet the Governor once in every fortnight. It is only for discussing any issues pertaining to the state. I have met the Governor as per my promise. There is no need to attribute any political motives. I have explained to the Governor on the developmental programs being and implemented by the government.
Now, Speaker Meera Kumar today met left and other non-BJP opposition leaders after meeting the BJP leaders over lunch yesterday. But there's no end in sight for the Parliament deadlock, it seems. The Speaker's meeting with the opposition were to find a way out of the Parliament logjam, but bore no fruits, as the opposition is still adamant on its demand for a JPC into the 2G probe. The winter scam and the winter session thereafter was wasted, and the government now fears the budget session could be affected as well. Now, after the story of a Dalit teacher being denied a chair at her own school in Bihar came to light, allegedly on the grounds of castes, the district magistrate has taken note and promised action in the case. The teacher, Seema Kumari, met with the district magistrate yesterday and submitted a written complaint in the matter. The magistrate has now called a meeting with the district education officials and asked the principal of Seema's school to be present at the meeting that's likely to be held in a day or two. Now, if you believe in the wonders of medicine, well, here's one such. A young girl who fell off a tree and was pierced by a branch was saved by a team of doctors in a small town in Jharkhand. Alok Pandey reports.
12-year-old Choti can consider herself lucky. It took a team of 4 doctors at a private nursing home over 3 hours to remove the branch of a tree that had pierced through the girl's stomach.
उसके बाद जो हथुआ से कटा गया था लकड़ी चुनने वाला इतना बड़ा जो पौधा होता है उसी का खूंटी जो था उसी में गिर गई आर पार हो गई.
It was a rare case for doctors in Jamtara, Jharkhand. The surgery was complicated and the surgeons themselves were not too hopeful.
तो ओपन थी है तब जैसे कि वो पेट के अंदर भी चलाते हैं पेट के अंदर का भी कुछ पोर्शन बाहर निकल रहा था.
With Ram Parvesh in Jamtara, Nikhil Naz for NDTV.
This is Headlines Now. Still ahead on the bulletin, this marketing behind a successful dancer is Lord Krishna scripting every